So the 2019 Challenger deck list comes out and people are pissed. People are upset. People are angry. People are shocked. I went and checked the mail. I saw 3 people run down the street with no clothes. Everybody's panicking. So look, first of all, really? Why are people surprised? Why are people like freaking out like, Rudy, the reprint equity isn't there. They throttled back. They didn't print as much compared to the 20. Look at, whoa. Relax. First of all, the product looks fine. They even slipped in a shock land. Hey, look at that. Look, okay. 2018, Challenger decks. New product comes out. Sells great. They over-inject it with reprint equity from all the standard sets to make sure it doesn't have a flop, a failure, and then it goes gangbusters out of the gate. And it did. It worked. They took a bunch of cards rotating, put them all together, sold another product, cashed in on some extra revenue. Okay, I mean, people were happy with it. It sold very well. Fast forward, 2019 rolls around. People said, Rudy, they throttled back. Of course they did. Because as time went on, they cooled off, just like all of the rest of us do when we're done with our night. We all cool off and we reflect on what the hell we did. And we all say, whoa, I don't know if I should have done that. And what happens was Wizards realized, I mean, come on, guys. Wizards realized that, wait a minute, if we take all the reprint equity, all the new cards from Standard, and we squeeze them, how are we going to make expensive reprint sets in the future? How are we going to do that? We can't just wreck all the value. We need future premium $7, $10, $15 booster packs in the future. So we need cards to appreciate some. So all they did was, in my opinion, with, and I don't even know how to play the game, so take it for a grain of salt. In my opinion, they throttled back to what the kind of allowable, realistic amount of reprints and the expensive cards should be in the set. Why are you surprised? It's not a big deal, everybody. It is simply that that's the whole story. It's not, the fact they even put a shock land in there shocks me. Giggity? Really, it wasn't even necessary. They just did it just to make people happy. It's really not that big a deal. The Challenger decks still have decent value. They MSRP for what, 30 a piece? So if you're buying a 4-pack, don't pay $120. If you're buying a full sealed display, which is 8 decks inside of it, 2 of each, don't pay $240. It's as simple as that. It's really not that complicated. If you're going to buy a big display or something, just don't pay MSRP or overpriced. Pay under the MSRP price and you'll be fine. It's really not a big deal. And I still think it's a very generous product. I'm with some of the other people. I'm not a huge fan of them just squeezing equity out on every little supplemental product like this. But, the fact of the matter is they're doing it. And the fact of the matter is it's really not that big of a deal. I don't expect the print run to be as big as the first time because they learned their lesson on the second wave of the reprint. And on top of that, I guess everybody expected to like quadruple their money. Is that they wanted 4 ofs of Shocklands and the Phoenix? And is that the deal? Everybody just wanted all the best cards, super cheap, super easy, so they don't have to spend as much? Even History of Benalia, they even put some Dominaria cards in there. We all know Dominaria is going to go out of print soon, probably in the next 3 months, maybe, I don't know. And then what's going to happen is, then they convert over to these Challenger decks. They convert over to products that, contain some of these standard cards that are rotating out. I don't understand the anger because I just feel like, look, they put value in it. The average person is going to probably pay what, $20 a piece for a Challenger deck instead of 30? I don't know. I assume that's going to be the national average. So you can get all 4 decks for what, $80? And then a display of 8 decks for what, $159 ship? I would assume that's going to be some average market price. And for $20 a deck, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm sure some people and creepy Rudy Patron people are going to pay less than that, but that's still, I don't think it's very out of line with the numbers. I'm more concerned about the Modern Horizons and what kind of cards they're going to put in there to get us all excited than I am on something like a Challenger deck. That's just my opinion. I just don't get it. That's all. Most of this video is just me telling you all, I just think the anger and animosity towards this product is just not justified for the price they're selling it at. This isn't a super, $335 MSRP Ultimate Masters. This is a cheap product for people to pop open and actually play the game, and actually has decent cards in it. There's a bunch of good rares. There's even a Shockland in the flipping thing. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. Even if the expected value at release, the cards are going to tank in value and then eventually rebound when they get tough to get. So even at release, if the expected value of all 4 decks, usually at release, the expected value will be between $30 and $60 per deck. So let's say in the middle, each deck has an average value of $45 in singles. That means at 4 decks, you have $180 in expected value for 4 decks that most people are going to pay probably, $80, $90 for. So even if the value gets chopped in half, you still have cards worth $80 to $100 that people are probably going to pay under that price. And that's assuming every card is a 50% decline, which some will be more and some will be less. I just don't see the risk, and I don't see the flipping out panic mode. I just don't see it. It looks fine. And people did the same thing with Commander 2018. Oh, Rudy, you got to unload it. Dump them to the patrons. This is a good thing. Commander 2018 is garbage. They're going to be selling those for $5 a deck. All the Commander decks are going to be $5. What are you talking about? What? No, people get so wrapped up in the short term. I still think the Challenger decks 2018 and another 12, 24 months from now are going to be a steal of a price because they're so cheap. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Commander 2018 and the same thing with all these other things. You just have to give it time. And the Magic community is the most impatient. They want to wait everything now. Everything's instant gratification. They want everything yesterday. And they don't seem, most of the TIMMY'S in the industry don't seem to grasp that. Just relax. It's fine. The product's going to sell good. The card prices are fine. There's decent rare mythics and shocklands inside the product. What more do you want? Do you just want one of every good card? Or a 4 of every good card? Be realistic. And see, the thing is, people don't realize. Look, let me be honest. People don't realize. Let's pretend Wizards did put 4 of the Phoenix, 4 of every shockland, 4 shocklands in each of the Challenger decks. If they put every single thing in there, the cards have no real value because they're going to become common. And then if they're so easy to get, there's nothing special about it. Half the value in doing all this card stuff, everybody, is the chase, the enjoyment, the passion, the challenge. That's the thing with life. Ask anybody who's worth $1 billion on Wall Street or a CEO, and they'll tell you, why do you keep doing this? You already made $1 billion. Most of them are going to tell you the same thing. They do it because it's a challenge. They like the drive. They're building something. They like the chase. It's the same thing. People go through this with relationships, dating guys and girls, with jobs, careers, money, family. It's all the same concept. And this all applies to Magic the Gathering. And I think everybody loses sight of that because all of a sudden the news drops, the list comes out, and it's, where are my 4 Phoenixes? Wait a minute. Each 2019 Challenger deck doesn't have a Shockland? Unacceptable. And it's like, if everybody had 10,000 Shocklands, it would be no different than a basic land or a common card or a guild gate or, Rudy's buyout target of 2019, which is Evolving Wilds. It loses its luster. And that's the reason people lust and you create that envy over something because it's rare. It's special. And I don't think it's justified when people freak out and they demand everything for nothing. We need a healthy secondary market. All the cards need to be difficult to get at times. They need to be different rarities. There needs to be a challenge. That's the purpose of a collectible card game. So in conclusion, I genuinely think the 2019 Challenger decks, just like the 2018 Commander, while yes, it is weaker than the year before, it's not a big deal. This isn't the sign of a demise or an end. They throttled back a little bit. So what? It's still fine. You know how many times that sets have come out and done bad, and then eventually they rebound and things change? Don't take the short-term outlook, everybody. This is a marathon. All of this stuff, the collectors, the investors, the TIMMY'S, the players, the beautiful 3.69% women, we're all in the same boat, and at the end of the day, we all want to enjoy the game, and there has to be a little bit of chase to this. It can't be perfectly easy. It cannot just be a simple, I buy one product, I get everything. Do you guys agree? Do you think I'm just a scumbag idiot? Tell me what you think below. Hope you guys learned something. That's really all I got.